Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video in our Java programming tutorial series. And in this video we're going to talk about variables and data types. So variables are just a way of storing data. Okay? And how you create variables is first you have to clarify the data type of that variable. And we're going to talk about data types in this video later. So as an example, we're going to say string as the data type. And then you have to give it a name. So the name is just like the label you put on the boxes or stuff that you store your clothes, your books, or whatever with, just to know what you put in that box. And the same thing applies here. So you have to know what you put inside that variable. So for example, we have a string, so we can say greetings for the name of that string, and we can assign it to the value hello world. Alright, so this equal sign is not what you use in math, like 5 plus 6 equals 11. That's not the equal sign here. This is an assignment operator. So what's it saying is basically it's taking the hello world, the string hello world, and put that hello world into the variable greetings. Okay, so from now on you can just call greetings and that would return hello world. And, let's say we have another variable called bye, and we put goodbye world in there, and don't forget the semicolon at the end of every statement. And let's say we want to print the value in greetings. We can just say system.out.println, and then you just need to put the variable name inside your parentheses. So unlike how we printed hello world in here, we had the quotes around the string hello world. But in here, it's no longer a string, it's a variable. And this variable returns a string, so you don't need the quotes anymore. Okay? And let's run it. As you can see, it prints hello world. And what if we want to print hello world and then goodbye world? So what you can do is you can put the plus sign and then put another variable in there, or you can just put a string in there for the goodbye world. But since we already have a variable for that, we can just use the variable instead. Just say bye. Okay, and we'll run it. And as you can see, it prints hello world, goodbye world. So this here is called string concatenation. So in Java, it just takes the two strings and puts them together. But a problem that it has right here is that you can see it doesn't have the space as we put in normal writing. That is because we don't have the space at the end of hello world or at the beginning of goodbye world. Computers only do what you say. They can't think by themselves. So what you have to do if you want the space, you have to either add a space before the goodbye or add a space after the world, or you can add a space when you concatenate them all together like this. Okay, and let's print it. Hello world, goodbye world. Okay, and yeah, now we can talk about data types. There are 4 main data types that we use in Java. So one is string, and it's just a string of letters, numbers, and symbols. Alright, and second we have int, and int just stands for integer or just whole numbers. And examples would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or anything like that. Oh, I spelled suppose wrong. And then 3, we have double. And doubles are just decimal numbers, decimals. And examples would be 1.2, 5.6, and 1.0 would also be a double because it has the decimal points, okay? And also we have Boolean. And Booleans can only have true or false. So it can only have one of these values, true or false. I mean, true or false or true, okay? And there are also other data types like float, long, short, byte, or other stuff like that, but we don't really use it that often as these four, so we're just not going to talk about them in this video. Okay, and I'm going to give you examples of all of these. So string, we already had examples for string right here, and then int number equals 5, okay, double decimal equals 1.5, okay, and then Boolean, true or false, or true, okay. Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to talk about. So we're gonna comment these out, okay, and then let's say we have another int number 2 equals 2. Alright, and if we did the same thing as the strings that we did above, number 1, number plus number 2. So let's run it out and see what happens. Then 7. That's because these are numbers. They're no longer strings. So in this case, they're not going to concatenate the strings. They're not going to squish them together. They're just going to do the math and add them together and print it. Okay? That's it for this video. And if you liked it, like it and subscribe. And comment down below if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next video.